Hello Aries, today I'll be doing a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, and Mars. This is your reading. I will be using this court card. As you can see, it rules Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. So I'll be using the Princess of Discs as a court card for this reading. Let's begin, shall we? I'll be using the Psychic Tarot today. And then to clarify, I'll be using the infamous Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley and Lady Frida Harris. Okay, Aries, so to begin, there's a question here on your prosperity and your physical abundance. Now, this question is, I think, due to a transformative process. So there is a transformative process here that is causing you to come into question your material and spiritual abundance. Perhaps there is a loss of material abundance or a loss of spiritual abundance, but it's only a loss for transformation. I think this is a very transformative time for you, and this transformative time is a process of transmutation, energy transmutation, of when one thing is lost, something else is gained. So in the positive here, you have triumph in reverse. Now, I just think that's interesting that this card is in reverse here, and for this to be in reverse, it's the helpful energies for you is to not try to overcome these senses of material loss or a loss of material abundance, because there is no reason to triumph because there is nothing to overcome. This is a transformative process, and so this transformative process is something that is not actually something to be overcome. Rather, it is a process to be sort of held and transformed. And here in the past, this is something that you have created and done for yourself. So this is a connection that you had to a higher spiritual source that you found. Maybe you realized that what you were doing in the past is no longer working for you. And so there is a sense of disregarding any sort of material success and material gain for greater transformation within the spirit realm. So it's almost as if you've been guided and given proper guidance into the spiritual realm to have this sort of transformative process where things are being lost, but also in order for things to be gained, other things must be lost. Something must be lost. And so here in the negative energies that you have the base chakra in reverse. So I think the negative frequencies are maybe too much in the higher realms, and then so you're not focusing enough on your body, the physical body, because you're so up in these higher realms of understanding and higher realms of comprehension that your consciousness is evolving too quickly. It's like evolving to a point that your body no longer is necessary, and that is actually a negative, because you can't get anything done in the physical world without your physical body. So there has to be a melding of the two. So you have the crown chakra upright and the base chakra in reverse. So it's the two polarities of the highest and the lowest chakras. If you don't count the other chakras that go beneath your feet and all these other things, it's the primary ones. It's the highest and the lowest. So you are almost having this like dichotomy of too much in the spirit realm, but not enough in the physical realm. And when that happens, the body actually causes you to have a sensation of mental pain. And this is the body almost punishing, but not punishing in a way that is nefarious. It's the body telling you that we need to focus on our physical bodies. There's too much transformation and wealth happening. It's almost like a sickness or a physical ailment of some kind where there needs to be some sort of reconciliation here, because the physical is not being paid attention to enough, because we're going through this transformative stage. And so the transformative stage requires that we pay attention to our physical as well as our spiritual, and the physical is not being paid attention to enough. And so this is causing mental pain or potentially even depression in some of you. And so, and this depression is just so that you can decide in which direction to go. And so this depression will lead to a sense of decision making, that this can no longer function properly. So it's almost like a cancer. Like the cancer cannot, the cancer is there to show that we can no longer function in this way, so that we must change now. We've spent too much time in the spirit, and now our body is not being protected enough and being taken care of enough. So now it is time for us to go through this pain of mental anguish, or mental discomfort and depression, really. Like depression can be in a lot of ways. It can be shown through the typical way of depression, or it could just be shown that you're not getting any enjoyment out of excitement out of life, and everything is harmful to you in the mental. So there's a sense of we need to switch up here, and you'll go through this pain process only because it is a transformative process and something must be transmuted. So in order for transmutation to happen, a degradation of an energy must happen first, so that another energy can rise up again like a phoenix. And so you'll have these decisions to make. Now, when I say cancer, I don't mean a physical cancer. It could very well be. You could already have it, though. I don't think it's something that is like gonna be in the future. I just think that this is a sense of like ailment, because you're spending too much time up here in the physical, in the world, or orchestrating this like grand spiritual orchestra. You know what I mean? Like you're orchestrating this grand spiritual movement, but because you're orchestrating this, you're doing work up here, but you're neglecting the work down here, where this is you are a dichotomy of both. And so I think you're transforming that. So let's see, let's clarify. For Aries, Sun, Moon, Ascendants, and Mars, and this is just a general energy. So this could very well be a Pluto transit that's happening for all of us as a collective. See where you have Aries at. You could very well have some squares that are showing you this complicated moment, if you're into astrology like that. So to clarify the material and spiritual prosperity, whoa. You have the Prince of Wands, the pleasure and peace, the Six of Cups, and the Two of Swords. So this energy is, this energy is like success in the long run, right? Success in the, success not in the immediate future, but it's almost like you're saving, but so you're not spending anything, so it makes it look like you don't have anything, right? It makes it seem like you don't have anything, because you're really generous, and you're very open, and you're very like understanding of the way that things work and the way that the spirit works. But you are using this, hold on a second. You're using this sense of understanding to gain happiness. So I think that this is happening so that you can, you're like fulfilling a wish that you want. And the transformation comes from the Three of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so there's too much emotional fulfillment. So it's almost like you're becoming stagnated. There's too much emotional fulfillment. So there's a need to transform. You've already noticed that this isn't working. And that's why I feel like this is a very transmutational energy, because there's a sense that there's already too much. So the 10 is not the ending of the energy, it's the excess of the energy. So it's excess emotions. It's too much. It's like overwhelming. And this overwhelm is causing a lot of mental anxieties and mental pain. And the threes are the very definition, basically, of they're like the purest energy of that suit. So the sword energy is, when the three comes, it's like the creation of the mind. And so it's like the mind is becoming too heavy. So the mind's becoming too heavy because there's there's too much emotions. It's like overwhelmed emotionally. And so it's too much. So what the transformation is you are moving away mentally and transmutating with your mind, with what you know, with what you understand. You're moving away from this overwhelm emotionally. And that transformation comes from moving, basically. So like because you know what you want emotionally. And let's clarify this: the Three of Swords. Three of Swords comes with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. Yes. So this is a time of reflection. This is a time of going inward, and when you're transmuting mentally, you're taking this mental heaviness and this mental pain and this emotional overwhelm, and you are transforming it by not creating in the physical, but you are it's also because the process of transmutation, so by bringing this sense of inwardness, when you are inward, you do not focus on the outward as much. So, and it's to balance the mind. So when you are transmuting through alchemy, you need to first you must first degrade the source, right? You must first break it down into its natural forms, and then there's a process of waiting, basically. And this waiting is when it must be like hermetically sealed almost, where things do not come out, like things do not grow from this place, because it's bubbling up and transforming, it's transmuting itself so that it can become the intended source that you intend for it to be. So if you intend to have this emotional fulfillment, then this emotional overwhelm first needs to be, it's like you need to take some time for yourself to organize yourself and to organize your mind and not really participate too much in the physical world. But that's kind of where this comes in, is like, that's the negative side. So it's almost like you have to add a little bit of this negativity to transform yourself. Well, let's clarify that. Yeah. Yeah, so the base chakra here is clarified by the Five of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Cups. So yeah, it's the ending of an emotional state. So it's almost like the reason that the body is not really focused is because when it's overwhelmed, the body shuts down. And so the body does not want to participate in the emotional side of this, whatever is going on anymore. And so it shuts down, and you are focusing more on yourself first. And so it's almost like your emotions have just kind of shut down, and this has caused the physical body to no longer participate. And so, or to want to no longer participate. And so I think you're really honing in your own energies and and honing in the energies to hold them in this position so that you can actually go forth and create something new again and make movements and choices and decisions, basically. Yeah, you no longer want to participate. It's too much. It's like too much, and you can no longer maintain your own identity anymore because there's like too much emotional baggage, basically. And maybe even people, places, or things around you are giving you this emotional pain. So you can no longer keep your individuality. And so you're like focusing less on the physical world. Like maybe what you don't have could very well be. And last but not least, the positive energy or triumph in reverse here is you have the three of wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. So there is no need to triumph over anything because you are already on the process of changing these emotions of overwhelm. So you can be somewhat satisfied in that the changing process is like you don't have to overcome anything. There's nothing to overcome, even though it may feel that way. And so there's like an aspect of creating new emotions, and this comes from doing things the way that you know them to be correct and following your own moral system, and disregarding anyone else's. And so you're creating your own moral system, and also you are putting yourself in the position to nurture your own self and your own ideals that suit you best. So you're nurturing your own ideals that suit you best so that you can create your own new emotions. And so the way that this will help you is that you can look forward to this in the near future of holding on to those energies and being in this hermit mode. Now the hermit no longer has to mean that we are these old dirty men that stay in our own energy for a long time and become this hermit vibration. This hermit vibration is pure originality, pure originality, pure energy, your own energy. And this will help you to sort of like calm the mind into a state that it can understand where it's at in the world. And so, but first, it will be disguised in the three of swords. So it's almost like when you're not making money, you have a lot of mental pain because you're not making any money, right? But this is happening on purpose so that you can first come within and not become so emotionally overwhelmed and reach this Six of Cups state that you're already in, actually. But so like you have everything you want, but it's overwhelming. And then so it's like stop everything and meditate on your own energy. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that helped you, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.